All right.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome to A Priest and a Rabbi Walk Into a Bar. Hopefully, the first of many episodes.
Hopefully.
We'll see how the first one goes. As you can tell, we are not actually in a bar,
It's true.
but we also probably aren't what most people imagine when they think of a priest or a rabbi.
Correct.
Yeah. So, do you want to introduce yourself?
Sure. My name is Mother Megan Worthman. I am the Associate Rector of St. Timothy's Episcopal Church in Centennial, Colorado.
And I'm Rabbi Amanda Schwartz, and I'm the founder and rabbi of Karov Collective. We serve the Southeast Metro Denver area. So should we talk a little bit about why we wanted to
Yeah,
do
absolutely.
this?
Yeah.
Well, I'll just say from my perspective, so Mother Megan and I met a little less than a year ago.
hmm
I was really looking to develop relationships with clergy of other faiths in Southeast Metro Denver, because it feels like the world's kind of a mess in my perspective. I don't know how you see things, but it was really feeling like we need community and connection now more than ever. And in trying to find a church that was liberal, I Google searched something like women, clergy, LGBT friendly, and the first church I landed on was St. Tim's, um, and reached out to Mother Megan and Mother Kim, and heard back the very next day. I did not even expect to hear back. Clergy are very, very busy people. And we had a coffee date, the three of us, and it was just so lovely. And it's really been a highlight of my year. Do you want to add
Me too.
anything?
Yeah, no, this has been a highlight of my year as well. I just did my annual review and talked a lot about how meaningful the relationship with you and Karov has been. When Rabbi Amanda emailed us, I immediately thought it was such a great opportunity to do these things that we keep saying are important to us. It's saying it's important for us to meet our neighbors and to be more connected to the community around us and to continue to foster dialogue, especially when we do have differences between us. But that's a lot easier said than done, and it's kind of hard just to um, put that on the sign outside and say, "Come talk to us." So I'm really grateful for you reaching out to us, and it just came at the right time, I think, for where the parish is and where I'm at. That we have the space that we can host Karov events and partner together. And I'm pretty new in my priest time, and part of my role is, or my title is the Associate Rector for Formation. So a lot of what I do is teach, and was able to invite Rabbi Amanda to come to some Bible studies and give us some insights into scripture that I can't provide. So really grateful for the collaboration and the friendship that we built.
Yeah. So in addition to more formal programs that we've done between our two communities, we've also just kind of had sort of like a monthly-ish coffee date,
Yeah.
and have gotten to have such wonderful conversations. And we wanted to find a way to share some of those conversations um, with the rest of the world, because I know I have learned so much about Christianity, or at least the Episcopal bend
Version.
on Christianity. And I think there's a lot of confusion out there in the world, and also a lot of seeking. And perhaps some of the insights we have can help some people.
Yeah, I've really enjoyed our conversations, and I always appreciate after we've invited Rabbi Amanda to one of our services, especially if there's like a baptism or something. And I said, "Have you ever seen a baptism service before?" And she said, "No, I'd be happy to come." And then she comes to our coffee with like a whole list of questions, and I'm like, "I actually don't know if I know enough to answer all these questions." So it's really a great opportunity for me to articulate things about my faith that I take for granted, that I don't realize that maybe many other people, even other Christians, don't know. So it's a great didactic tool of just us having these kind of open conversations together.
I think that's a great point. I'll say ditto to that. And I also hope if any people watch this who come from a faith tradition and are having a conversation with someone of a different tradition, of like, I want to encourage you to be vulnerable and ask questions, and you're going to make some mistakes. I certainly have, and that's where the learning happens. And uh, yeah, so. One question I wanted to ask you. Well, I'll start by sharing a story. So I was talking to a friend recently whose name is also Megan, and
There are dozens of
I
them.
had I was talking to her about you and our wonderful friendship, and and later she was telling me how she sometimes struggles with hearing things correctly. And she said, when you were talking, I thought you said Mother Megan, but then I realized you must have said Other Megan.
Yeah.
No, I really did say Mother Megan. I I know that I did not realize that that was a term for women Christian leaders. Um, and I'm assuming this is not something that comes from the Catholic Church, although maybe that's wrong. I think I associate Catholicism with male leaders and father and things. So, tell me more about this mother part, and also I recently learned not all female priests use mother.
That's correct. Well, the Catholics do use mother sometimes, for like the head of monasteries.
Like in Sound of Music.
Yeah, like in Sound of Music. Like she could have been a mother. So there are religious life in the Catholic Church that can use the word mother and sister and that kind of thing. So, but obviously the Catholic Church doesn't have any female priests. The Episcopal Church does. We are, for those who might not know, the Episcopal Church is the branch of the Church of England that's in the United States. There's other folks in our Anglican and sort of the broader Anglican movement in the United States, but the Episcopal Church is the one that's officially connected to the Church of England. So we've had women priests for the last 50 years, and one of the things that has always been an option for us in choosing our own titles is mother, because the Episcopal Church had always had father. And so when women started ordination, we could choose mother. Some women don't feel comfortable with this and go by reverend or go just by their first name. There's not a strict, correct way of calling us by, what am I trying to say? By titling them. Yeah. It is personal preference. It's kind of like your chosen pronouns of whatever feels comfortable to you, is what's right. It's always respectful if you're not sure to just say reverend, or that is pretty generic. I don't tend to like reverend as much. I like the familial aspect of the mother part, and it feels gendered in a good way for me. And I think you'll find more Episcopal priests, female Episcopal priests calling themselves mother in maybe more of the Anglo-Catholic kind of thing. So because the Episcopal Church is so broad, there's diversity within the sort of spectrum of things. So so you might be in the Episcopal Church your whole life and never encounter a priest who goes by mother.
And so what do like non-binary folks who are priests do?
That's a great question. And from my experience, the non-binary priests that I know typically just go by reverend.
Okay.
We don't have a good non-gendered title at this point, but we do ordain non-binary folks in the Episcopal Church.
Okay, and is that in like newer development?
Yeah. I would say that, I mean, the idea of being non-binary is still fairly new, and using they them pronouns. But yes, we have. We just had a guest at St. Tim's last week, the Reverend Tori Moore, who was our first trans non-binary priest ordained in the Episcopal Church in Colorado.
Oh.
And that was about 10 years ago.
Very cool.
Yeah. And for you, Rabbi is gender neutral. Is there any other titles?
Actually, Rabbi really is. So let's back this up. So like pretty much all religions, not really, but most religions, because patriarchy, women weren't leaders with titles for a very, very long time. And around the same time that women started being ordained in the Episcopal Church, that was also happening in liberal Jewish circles. And since the male leadership had been called rabbi, women started going by rabbi too. But rabbi really means my teacher. So it seems like it should be gender neutral. Technically, with the Hebrew, rabbah is the correct Hebrew for the term. And so you will see some women rabbis in Israel or even more traditional liberal Orthodox women rabbis using rabbah. I've also seen rabbanit. And then there's another title, Maharat, which is an acronym for something I'm forgetting, for that an open Orthodox group uses to call their women clergy people. Yeah, but the bigger question for me was, what would I be, Rabbi Amanda or Rabbi Schwartz? And when I was ordained, I'd been married a few years. Schwartz is my married name, and I didn't feel really like it was my name yet. And so it just felt easier to go by Rabbi Amanda than Rabbi Schwartz. Also, it feels very formal, and I'm a pretty informal person.
Yeah, it's actually pretty similar for us. That some priests go by title, last name, and that tends to be in a little bit more formal situations. I like the approachability of the first name, so it makes sense that happened for you too.
Yeah.
And are you a reverend? Is that part of your title at all?
No, but it is interesting when I've noticed on some forms when they ask you to select a title, sometimes they will list reverend as an option, but not rabbi. And so I've wondered if I'm supposed to pick that.
Interesting. Yeah, when I was working as a hospital chaplain, one of my colleagues was ordained in a Buddhist tradition, and she went by reverend.
Interesting.
So I just kind of assumed it was a little bit more open to any clergy of any denomination that feels like it fits.
Do you know what reverend actually means?
I think it just kind of means like this respected, holy kind of thing, right? Just like doctor, it delineates who you are and what you're doing in the world.
But I'm sure it must have some sort of
like reverence.
Oh, yeah, right? Good call. Oh, yeah, reverence. All right. If anyone wants to call me reverence from now on.
No, we're not.
All right. I think this is probably a good place to stop for now. All right.